Hello everybody, welcome to Chaintech 95. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done a video, but I think this video might make up for it. Work's been awful busy lately, so I just haven't had as much time for the hobby as I would like. But recently, I got a lot of, I picked up a lot of old computer cards, a couple motherboards, hard drives, and parts off a listing on eBay, and it came just recently. And today we're going to go through an absolutely massive lot of vintage hardware. I mean, I did an unboxing video before, but this time is going to be a lot bigger than that. So today we're just going to go through this stack and see what kind of goodies we come up with. So sit back and hang tight, and let's do some archaeology in the PC realm, this time on Chaintech 95. Welcome back to Chaintech 95. So yeah, like I said, I picked up a huge lot of vintage computer parts on eBay, and today we're going to be going through them all and seeing what we got here. So let's get started. So to start off, we're actually going to start off with this card. This didn't come in the lot. I bought this one separately, but I still got it on eBay, so I'm going to throw it in here. But this one didn't come in the huge lot. This is a Senglabs, it has a Senglabs ET3000AX chip, but the card is an Orchid Pro Designer VGA. I picked this one up because the one that I had that I wanted to use in the VGA benchmark video I did recently, it was missing some chips. So I got this one, and I'm going to flash these onto the other one, and yeah, we're going to go from there. Yeah, this card came out in 1988. It's a the VGA card, fully maxed out on RAM. It has 512K, and like I said, the graphics chip is this Senglabs ET3000AX. So, yeah, pretty neat card, and looking forward to trying it out. Next thing we're going to look at is this Chaintech GeForce MX4000. This is in the original box here, and it still has, let's see here, has some screws, a slot cover, and the card. Get it out of here. There we go. So yeah, really neat looking card. An AGP 8 meg, and the sticker on the bottom of the card says Diamond Multimedia. So yeah, this will be an interesting card to have. I actually have one of these already, but this one came in the box in that huge lot, so that was pretty neat. So it'll be cool to give this one a shot, probably in like a Windows 98 build, something like that, something that requires a GP. Next up, we have this early Sound Blaster CT1600. I'm really happy to have this one. This one came out in 1991, and it's the Creative Lab Sound Blaster Pro 2. These are really nice cards to have, and it's nice to have another one in the collection. And as you can see, it does have the IDE header here, so you can hook up a CD-ROM drive to it, so that's nice. Just, yeah, all in all, just really nice card to have another one. Next up, something a little bit boring, we have this modem card. Not really seeing anything interesting on this one, just a basic 8-bit ISA modem. Well, no, 16-bit. 16-bit. It does have this short part of the slot right there. So yeah, just pretty boring. Don't need it. Up next we have this IBM Mwave sound card / modem. These typically came in like IBM Aptivas and things like that. It's kind of like the Aztec cards that had a built-in modem in the sound card. Never had one of these. This is actually kind of cool. At one of these times I'm going to give it a shot, but yeah, just kind of a neat little card. Yeah. The chip right here, if you can see it, it's a MediaVision Spectrum chip. So that in and of itself is pretty cool. So it's got a MediaVision chip on it. Like, they're the ones that made like the Pro Audio Spectrum 16 and things like that. The next card we got here is this Microsoft InPort device interface card. These were used for their proprietary mouse that they had early on in the late 1980s. This one says copyright 1986 to 1989. You can see this proprietary port here. This is for some of their early mice. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't have the mouse to go with it, unfortunately. The InPort mouse usually came in a kit with a mouse, this card, and a disc that had the Microsoft mouse driver and a copy of Microsoft Paintbrush. So at some point, if I can get a hold of one of those mice, that'd be a really cool one to try out. So yeah, that'll be pretty sweet. Next one up here is this Rockwell ISA Modem. Just another basic modem, just nothing special, just another modem. So not gonna really go into that too terribly much. Up next we have this Matrox VGA card. This is a PCI video card. You can see here it came out in 1997, and yeah, I have one of these already, but the other one I have is an AGP, and that's currently in a machine. This one's a PCI, so that's pretty neat. I've had good luck with these, and this one's cool because it has the VGA port here, and it also has this Media XL connector, which is audio plus composite video in and out. So yeah, these cards originally came out around 1995. So yeah, all in all, really cool card. And this one, I believe, has 4 megabytes of RAM on board. So that'll be a nice card for late Windows 3.1, early Windows 95 era machine. So yeah, another nice one to have in the collection. Up next we have this ATI 28800 video card. Pretty standard run-of-the-mill card. I mean, not much to write home about, just, you know, a pretty generic VGA card from around 1991. So yeah, I'm gonna take a look at this FCC ID number here really quick. Okay, so according to FCC.report, this came out from ATI Technologies, and the product code was BVGA. VGA card, maximum resolution 1024 by 768. Okay. Well, so yeah, just another pretty neat little ISA video card. Always nice to have a few extras, a few dozen extras. Then up next here we have this S3 video card, and this is an 86C375 Verge DX on board. This one is fully populated with memory, which again I believe is about 4 megabytes. Yeah, I have an S3 card, kind of like this one, but it's not exact. I can't remember the model number offhand. But S3 cards are always nice to have. They're very compatible. They pretty simple to get drivers for, and they're really nice for later era 486 and early Pentium machines. So having an S3 card, another one, is also nice to have. Up next we have this Cirrus Logic GD. This is a 5446, and up here it says copyright 1995 STB Systems. Not really sure much about this card, so I'm gonna take a look on the VGA Museum really quick. Okay, here we go. Came out around 1996. Memory is 1 meg or 2 meg EDO. The RAM DAC's an internal 24-bit. Yeah, and let's see, it said STB system, so this would be, let's see, yep, this is it. It's an STB Nitro 64. It supports resolutions up to 1024 by 768 and 65K colors on the 2 meg card, and refresh rates up to 75 Hertz. So, yeah, and I guess this card also came bundled with Sierra's Earthsiege 2 game, according to, I'm actually here on dosdays.co.uk. That's a really good site to use when looking up information on vintage hardware. So yeah, pretty neat card. Up next is this STB VGA 800/16 video card. According to the Retro Web, this came out January 30th of 1990. So yeah, not really finding an awful lot of information on this card. This will be an interesting one to check out. It's a little bit dirty, but most of the cards in this lot were a little bit dusty, so you know, it just another early VGA card. See if I can find some more information on that at some point. Up next, we have a two-parter. There's this card and this module. What this is a Synoptics LattisNet Model 508 T-Base-T transceiver with the controller card that comes with it. I've never seen one of these, but it looks pretty interesting. And the main chip here is an AM2064-50JC. I apologize for the camera angle, by the way. My tripod broke, so I'm kind of having to wing it with this video, but yeah, pretty neat. Don't know anything about it. Like I said, I'm kind of making this video spur of the moment, but yeah, pretty neat. I'm gonna fiddle with this one at some point. Yeah, so yeah, pretty cool. Up next, we have another modem card, this one with a chipset, a P82C570. Once again, another modem. This one's interesting because it has a coaxial connector on here, as well as the phone line. So yeah, another modem. Then we have this teeny little Davicom DM9102AF PCI Ethernet card. This is a teeny little thing. Like, I mean, it's only about as wide as 2 fingers, not counting the slot here, or the pins. Yeah, great for smaller machines that don't have a lot of room inside, I guess. So yeah, I think this is the smallest networking card I own, so it's cute. Up next, we have this Western Digital MFM controller card. There it says Winchester. This one came out, it says, in 1988 by Western Digital. This will be nice to use. I have a machine on the way. I won't spoil it, but it's an early machine. It's a 286, and it does not have a hard drive or a controller. And something else that came in this slot that I'm going to show later, I think will be a good match for this if it still works. But we'll get to that in just a little bit. Up next, we have another ISA VGA card. This one's from Oak Technologies. It's an OTI VGA. I have an Oak card already, and this one's kind of neat, just like some of the other ones I have. It has outputs for VGA as well as EGA, CGA, and monochrome, and you can set that with the dip switches right here. So yeah, pretty sweet little card. Doesn't have a model number on here as far as I can see. So yeah, that'll be probably I'd say maybe a late 286, early 386 era card, if I had to put my finger on it. Up next, we have another Sound Blaster card. This one is a Sound Blaster CT2910. This is an early Sound Blaster 16, and this one does indeed have an authentic Yamaha chip. Has a teeny one right here, but yeah. And again, this one does have an IDE interface. I have one of these already as well, actually two of them. So now I have three. One of them does not work, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out what's wrong with it. But yeah, this one is from 1995. So yeah, I don't think this is the plug and play one. I'm going to double check on that really quick so I don't sound like an idiot on the internet. Okay, so no, this one is not a plug and play. It says the CT2910, this is on dosdays.co.uk as well. CT2910 usually came with the CT1703-TBS DAC, which it does. It is known to have the hanging note bug, unfortunately. So, yeah. This is going to be an interesting one to see if it does. But either way, having an early Sound Blaster, hey, I'm never going to complain about that. They're great to have. For compatibility reasons, of course. Okay, up next we have a DD and TT Enterprise DT3767. This is an early floppy and IDE interface card. You can see the IDE up here and the floppy here. This is an early one. Usually you find these and they have some bent pins too. Usually you find these and they have like a serial and parallel ports as well, but this one's just a straight up floppy and IDE controller card. So this would be good for a system that has like has onboard serial and parallel, but it doesn't have IDE or floppy. So that way you don't have IRQ conflicts and things like that. So that'd be a nice card to have for like one of those proprietary motherboard like 286s or 386s, probably a 386. But yeah, so another nice little card to have just for, you know, an emergency if I need it. And now we have another modem. 8-bit ISA modem. Useless. I can't say that. I mean, I might be able to use the EEPROM here if it's a rewritable one, but yeah. Another modem. Okay, up next we have this Amptron system board in the box. It is a PM-9900A TX AGP board. 1 meg PB cache board. I was pretty interested to see what was in this when I saw it in the listing. And it has the original manual here, so that's pretty nice. Let's see, Amptron, and it has the address of the original owner in here, so we won't be showing that. Has this header right here to plug into the board that has sound and a game port, which means that this thing has built-in sound. And here's the driver disc for the motherboard. There we go. Actually, you know what? For the motherboards, I'm going to hold the camera just so it's easier to see them. Yeah, we can see here it has an AGP Pro PC100 chipset. 82C598AT. Let's see here. It's got an award BIOS down here. Socket 7. 3 RAM slots, and this one's actually interesting because this has an AT power connector as well as an ATX. So this was made around the time when ATX was starting to come in and eventually take over. Let me flip this over here and see what this sound chip is. Let's see, a Sound Pro HT 1869V Plus. Okay. Can't say I've ever dealt with one of these before, but yeah, pretty neat board. Yeah, you give this a try at some point and see how it goes. Next motherboard we have here, I looked around on the retro web and I could not find anything matching it. It does have this thing right here. It says Win for a brand. The chipset is a Chips P82C 211 and 212. The processor is an Intel 8386SX running at 16 megahertz. And unfortunately, this thing has quite a bit of corrosion damage from the battery, as you can see. So yeah, this one is going to be possibly a project for restoration. Man, that did a lot of damage. The ISA slots up here, you can see, are just, yeah, they're nasty. And then down in here, just, yeah, that Varda has been the killer of many, many boards, which is unfortunate. Down here we see it has Phoenix BIOS, copyright 1985 to 1989, and SIP memory modules. Now that in and of itself is nice, because these memory sticks, the SIP ones, they're like the Sims, but they use pins instead of the typical slot style. These are hard to come by, so even if this board isn't repairable, it's nice to just have some SIP modules lying around just to have for future projects. So yeah, if anybody has any information on this board, please let me know, because yeah, I never seen one like this before. So yeah, well, just let me know if you guys know what this is or any information about it. Up next, we have another 386 board. Once again, I looked around online and on the retro web, and I could not find anything about this one either. So once again, if you have any information on this board, just let me know. Just like the other one, this one uses the Chips 82C 212 and 211 chipset. We've got a Intel 386SX running at 16 megahertz, and another one with SIP memory modules. Man, I'm just lucking out left and right with these SIPs here. And again, just like the other one, it has some corrosion damage. Now this one doesn't look to be nearly as bad as the other one. Yeah. Once again, these stupid Vardas. That keyboard connector is pretty rough. But, yeah, this one will definitely be a candidate for a possible overhaul. We can see here version 1 P9-8M. So that might help in the search. And it seems like this thing can also use chip-style memory instead of using the memory sticks. So yeah, this is an early 386 board. Yeah, so yeah, another possible candidate for restoration. And here's another motherboard. This one's a 286. It's got an AMD N80L286 running at 16 megahertz with a Headland Technologies chipset, HT12/AWA 18268P. This one also has a Varda style battery, but it doesn't look like this one leaked. Yeah, that's incredible. Worst thing about this board is probably going to be the fact that it has bad tantalums, but that's pretty normal. And once again, SIP memory. SIP memory sticks. Heck yeah. Cool. Man, I'm just getting these SIPs left and right. It does have bent pins, unfortunately. This thing looks like it's been kicked around a little bit, but not too bad. ME BIOS up here, 86 to 1990. Okay, so this is a later 286 board. Cool. Well, this will be a nice one to test out. I haven't even tried to look up the model for this one. Let's see. JCI-S1S-H. Well, I typed in that number and it didn't come up with anything, but yeah. So this is a cool little 286 board. This will be nice for a build or for benchmarks, whatever. And for the last of the lot, we have this lot of 6 hard disk drives. Let's go through these one at a time here. Let's see. For the first one here, we have this Quantum ProDrive. Let's see here. This is 40AT. This is an early IDE drive. Let's see. Copyright 1988. Yeah, I would assume that this is probably maybe a 30 or a 40 megabyte hard drive. Yeah, then we have a sticker up here dated November 10th, 1991. Okay. So yeah, see if we'll test that out at some point and see if it works. Next one here is the Seagate ST351A/X. Another earlier IDE drive. Not as early, but still a little older. Philips sticker here, 04 of 1992. I always loved these early Seagate drives. I like the noises they make and everything else. So, yeah, that'll be a nice one. This is the hard drive that I was saying would be a good match for that MFM controller. This is yet another Seagate ST225. I've dealt with plenty of these. The question is, will it work? A lot of times these MFMs have problems, as I've stated before. And, yeah. And, let's see, we can see up here on the sticker. Doesn't have any listed for bad cylinders or heads or anything like that. So yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it's in pretty good shape, it looks like. A little bit of scuffing on the lid here, but nothing too terrible. Let's see, what's this? This is a Nidec. Oh, it's here on the back. There we go. Okay. This is a Fujitsu MFM hard drive. Model M22272. This is a smaller, this is a 3.5 sized MFM drive. Yeah, I've never had one of these before, so this is pretty interesting. And let's see here on the error map. Okay, we have 6 in the error list. Okay, well, this will be another one to test out. I mean, this one might be nice for that machine I'm getting too, if either one of these work, that is. The next one here, let's see. This is a Maxtor 7850 AV. Okay. Let's see, 1654 for cylinders, 16 heads, and 63 sectors. I'd almost guess this to be a little over a gigabyte. Let's see, November 24th of 1995. Okay. So, Windows 95 era. Warranty void if removed, December 6th of 1995. Okay. So, yeah. These are always nice to have, you know, some smaller IDE drives for older machines. And the last one here is a NEC D3727, 2100 cylinders, 16 heads, 63 sectors. Jeez Louise. 1083.3 megabytes. And, yeah. Just another nice IDE hard drive. So yeah, that'll be interesting seeing if any of these drives even work. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's the a lot of cards, drives, peripherals, motherboards, things that I got in that lot. It'll be interesting to go through all these. I'm gonna work on fixing these 2 corroded motherboards and see if I can get any life out of them. The one I'm having a little bit of hope for. The other one, maybe it might end up becoming a parts donor board, which I hate doing that, but again, as I've stated before in previous videos, sometimes you have to pick your battles. So, yeah, and worst case scenario, I'll auction it off to my buddy Mike and see if he's up to the challenge. He's worked on boards probably worse than that one. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, I hope to see you in the next video. I'm sorry once again that it took so long to come out with a new one. Life gets in the way, as you know, and jobs are required to make money to keep on funding this hobby of mine. As well as other things, food, gasoline, clothing, you name it. Well, anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you liked what you saw here. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more retro computing content like this. And stay tuned for the next episode. It's either going to be fixing one of these boards, or it might be doing an overview of that machine that I got coming. Yeah, either way, it should be a good time. Anyway, guys, hope to see you in the next one, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.